haven't um, do anything lately because I'm actively looking for a job. Although I have to say this, um, getting a job nowadays is a big of a challenge for me. Um, don't know why. Um, I want to think positive that thing will get better under the current administration. As well, I want to think that people are ruling out for me, that they will like me to have a job. I've been putting myself out there um, in any form, in any shape, um, because I really like to work. One of the best things that I think of myself is I think of myself passionate about working. I like to have something in the morning to do for work. Um, I don't like to just stay home or do nothing. My day is fulfilled when I'm able to do something. Although I've resolved to promoting myself online, social media, and any way I can. Also, I like to share some of the knowledge that I have gained um, in my life. So I'm putting myself out there for the opportunity that someone will appreciate me, that my desire is wanting to contribute, wanting to work, wanting to have a means in life, which I think all of us should have that desire. That it's good to be able to do something that people realize that, oh, is hardworking and she is good. However, this is not the reason why I'm recording this tape. I wear many colors today for a reason to tell some of the challenges that I've been facing lately, and it just trying to figure out what is the issue and if it's something that I will be able to resolve or to gain some insight as what is best to do in this current situation. Here's my story. I find myself that I'm a good person. I have that in common with everyone. However, I have a diverse background, meaning that my I I am originally from Nigeria, and I do have that culture that is still part of me. Although I have tried to adapt to the culture of America because I'm now an American and I'm proud of it, and I do appreciate the opportunity. However, my challenges is fitting in. Although I have been through the cultural shock, and I think I have adopted American way, you know, as much as I can. So most of my way are actually a combined Nigeria, which is just a little bit part of me, and the American culture that have been the major part of me. However, I'm still struggle with two concepts. The concept that when it comes to me working with Black American, I will feel that I don't fit in into their culture as much, and I attribute that to the history that it's difficult for me to relate to the history of America or history of the Black America and the impact, on their life. However, my struggle with them is that they don't see me as one of them because I think it's my free will. I was raised in Nigeria to be a free person, to that is all about what I can do, and it's all about me to show what I have gained, what I know, what I can do. Is be yourself first. So I think that's the culture that I was raised up in Nigeria. You have to be yourself first, then to be everything to other people. And my challenges with most of the Black America, I have seen them attack me brutally sometimes, because it's like I think I'm better than they are, which really that's not me. It's just that being myself, doing what I know how to do, and being myself with what I think is the best way for me to act or for me to behave, and I think that's just being me. Maybe I'm not fitting the culture that you are being subject to be a certain person or to behave in certain way. Okay, I wasn't raised up that way. I was raised up to be who I am. So I think sometimes it's like maybe I don't know how to behave like a Black American, and that's what we just say as to that part. The other aspect that I'm finding is I'm having some challenges with white, especially white women. And the challenges I'm having with them is that they say I don't know my place. And now I also attributed that to the way I was raised or my background, that I need to be who I am. I wasn't preordained to behave in certain way. So in the struggle with the white American woman is that I don't know my place, so I'm a challenge to them. So it's like they see me as as challenging to them to be equal to them, although I want to be equal to everyone. So I see that when it comes to white, especially white American women, that is the struggle there. However, I get along with a lot of white males, and I think they see me as being assertive, just want to be who I am. So I think to them is that I'm just trying to to be who I am, and I think I find myself that I get along with them in a way that sometimes they actually will give me advice. They will kind of help me to advance, whereas most of the white women, they won't help me to advance. They would try to put me down to some degree, that I should be like this or I should behave like this. So they don't want me to have the same knowledge that is comparable to them, or if I do have that knowledge, they try to submerge it, put me down, and don't, because they don't want me to be as knowledgeable as they are. So in that way, I feel that sometimes my struggle with white American lady is submerging my knowledge, or kind of, or doesn't want me to gain as much you know as they are, or they don't want me to know um what they think that is the privilege of the white, as they want to maintain that they are the only one with high standard. So I think that's just the best way I can explain that. With the white male, I find them, they usually give me encouragement, advise me or trying to improve. Even my spouse, he like to actually discipline me. Like when I say some grammar in a way that reflect a little bit, that is not like the way the white way we say it, he will correct me. So he always correct me to improve. Yeah, one example that we have recently, we went on vacation and there was a good speaker. he gave a good speech. But when I was expressing how the impact of his talk influenced me, I kept referring to him that he's a good talker. And he talked very well. I like the way he talked. And my ex-husband said, well, even though it might be the same thing, but in America they will reference it as a speech. He gave a good speech. So I'm just saying that about this is all about the experience and what I have been able to appreciate, and the one that I'm looking forward to improve. And I have tried actually to see if I can talk like Black American or close to them, but I think because of my accent, it is difficult for me to be able to to talk in that way, or to it's not just in my tongue, or it's not in my uh, there's no way for me to emulate how the Black American talk or the Black talk. So I think that's just how I would express that. Um, my struggle lately is not getting the opportunity for a job, and it's hurting me badly, because I just want to I want to give my knowledge. I want to give my strength. I want to help in area that I'm able to help. I'm looking for administrative assistant or office assistant. Also, I have a great knowledge in healthcare administration, and I would like to the knowledge that I've gained in the past, which include medical assistant, healthcare administration, office assistant, clerical job, keyboarding, everything that I know that I'm capable. And I would like someone to just give me opportunity to to show this the area that I have the strength to help or to do well. So I'm looking for that opportunity. Also, what I have greatly appreciated lately is able to meet with those who I think professionally have given me that opportunity to know me, and to know me based on my performance for what I can do. And what I mean by that is that these people hire me not just slowly to just being performing a job, but perform a job based on what I know, what I can do, and for being who I am. And I was able to talk to one of my former supervisor, and I really appreciate his advice. He just said that lately thing is he himself doesn't like the way things are, because he went to a job interview, or like a panel job interview, where the job interview is based of putting another person down by saying, how are you better than this person? And he just tell me that he doesn't like that kind of criticizing another person just to get ahead. And now that has been the current challenge of gaining employment. So if you are not the type of person that can really put somebody down to get ahead, sometimes it's just difficult, because it's like they are pitting you against one another. And I wish that could change. I really do, because I think all of us have the good things that we have in common. When it comes to job, everybody want to be able to go to work and do their best or perform their best. That's my belief. That otherwise, why are you looking for a job? And that's if you don't want to do the job, why are you looking for a job? So I do have a belief that when people are looking for a job, it's because they want to have the opportunity to show their best or perform their best at the job, if they get the job. So in that sense, I believe that there is no reason to put anyone down, but giving everyone or the opportunity to show what they can do and show their ability. We have different ability. All of us are special or unique in our own way. Even though we have the commonality to know the basic, but each person is unique. So I have my own uniqueness, and so I do believe that there's something that other can do better than I am, because they just have that ability to excel in certain things, and whereas I have my own ability to to excel in other things. So in that way, I just think that we should stay away from um, you know that the job interview is about what make you better than another person. I don't see why anyone is better than another person. Beside that, you just want to have the chance to show what you can do. If you And in that way, to me, it's about giving the person opportunity to perform. And if indeed your performance is not to expectation, that's understandable, because maybe other person can perform more, or they have more leverage in or more advantage in doing something better than me or other person. So in that way, I don't take offense. However, what I would take offense is not giving me the chance to prove myself and just putting me down. That is where I think that those who are criticizing people should stop. You should stop criticizing another person until you give them a chance to really actually have the reason to criticize that person, and also to help that person see that maybe you need to make improvement in this area. I know if that's how the business um, the business sectors, those the HR, human resources, if they base their evaluation on giving people opportunity, and then show them where they think that that person needs improvement, I think that person will appreciate the work system or the work environment, or that position or that particular position. You will appreciate it more, because what they did is showing you why you need to make improvement to perform better for what they are looking for. And so I think that's what I just have to say with this current situation, that we are competing against one another for a job. But I think we should make it a positive competition. A positive competition is that do not listen to gossip that is just criticizing somebody, and you will never even give that person a chance to actually know who that person is and what that person can do. I think we should stay away from listening to gossip, or listen to those who they don't know other way to challenge you beside putting you down. Or so in that way you won't get the chance, and you won't get the chance because they're just putting you down. And in my view, the employer or those who are hiring also are not hiring the right person, because what they are listening to is they are listening to gossip. So they are not even hire those who are capable, because they go by the gossip and say, oh, okay, this is just the gossip is those who are envying that person because of that person ability. And the only way to not to allow that ability that they know that the other person have over or exceeded over them is to actually bad mouthing them or criticizing them or say bad thing about them, so they will never even have the chance to prove themselves. And I think the employer should, or those who are hiring, should stay away from gossip. Everybody have their own ability that is unique. And I think the best way to know that unique ability is giving that person an opportunity. Recently, uh, one thing that also I would like to see change is when you are interview someone for employment, try not to let the bias of what you hear influence your decision. I went for a job interview that I really, I just think the reason why they decided not to give me that job is basically to maybe gossip or information that they have about me, and they want to use whatever negative information, not just to hire someone. However, I have put myself out there in a honest way that I think, yeah, that's what I want people to know about me. I'm not perfect, that's for sure. I'm not a perfect person. I have, I'm like everyone. Have I'm born as imperfect human being, so I'm not claiming to be perfect. I think there will be something that I would do that that I need to make improvement. But I will appreciate that you point out the area that I need to make improvement. And in that way you are helping me, and I like people who help me to improve myself. I really do, because I appreciate. I always think I don't know a whole lot to want to listen when someone says, oh, I think what you did here is wrong. Although as a human being I may try to defend my action if I think it's misconstrued or or interpreted for a wrong notion, or for a for a wrong purpose. I don't want to, for example, criticizing me for what I know is a positive, that have a positive side to it, that there's a positive reason for me behaving this way. But what you want to do is taking what you don't like about that behavior, just because maybe you know how maybe it impacts you, and because of that you are using that to create negativity. I usually defend myself against that, because uh, when I say something, is I say something because either I'm looking for advice, wanting to get feedback as to, this okay, it is all right, is my behavior appropriate, or do you think I need to make an improvement? So when I do things, what I do is actually to improve myself, and some of them may not be what you're expecting, because like I said, I'm not programmed to be a certain way. I was raised to have a free mind to be who I am, with my own imperfection. So in that way, I never expect anyone to say I'm perfect, but I want people to see that what I'm doing is actually showing myself for a feedback. And I do appreciate people who see me that way, instead of using that to criticize, just because maybe what I said might affected them. Because like I said, I am outspoken because I want people to do the right thing. So my way of sharing information, whether negative or positive, is because I want everyone to do the right thing. Also, I want to do the right thing. So if I share something publicly, is I'm looking for a feedback. And also, if I share something based on how I feel that something influenced me or impact me, I share it. Maybe I think you mistreated me, that you should be fair to me. So in both ways, is a way of improving myself, and also help other people to see whether they need to make a change. Um, like I said, I haven't been promoting myself lately, but also I like to promote what I think that may impact others to know more about me, and to be able to dwell in unity with everyone, or to be able to improve, the area that I think need improvement, for our commonality to be good to one another, to be nice with to one another, and to give everyone opportunity. I think we should stop from criticizing every little things, because none of us is perfect. And sometimes my issue with those who criticize other is like, how about you? What you are doing is not fair to other. You are criticizing other. So in that way, to avoid being criticized, because I don't think those who are criticizing other are perfect human beings. So, to me is that your criticizing actually is to save face, because you are more, you are criticizing others, so nobody will actually criticize you. So I think that profession, I mean, I'm not saying I don't like journalists or journalism. I think they are good thing there, and I think I like to watch the CNN news. Of course, sometimes I don't really agree with everything about CNN, but I just think that the news and the journalists should reduce the notion that you know their best productivity is to put somebody in a negative light. We should start to be reducing that put people in a positive light. Sometimes let's create a balance of reporting what is negative for what it is, and then where there's a positive things, share that with the world. And but to them, the only way is that they are promoting something that will grab attention. So what they are looking for in all the news is something negative. I think we should be also try to get the feedback from ordinary people, what they would like the news to be like. Because lately, I just don't like uh, the news or the journalists are spreading the news, because of what you hear is something negative most of the time. And I would like to see it positive. And what I would like for the current administration is to improve job for ordinary people. I kept hearing that the job for African American is better now, is increasing, and here's me, I can't get a job. I wish somebody actually called me for a job interview. And so it haven't really impact ordinary people like me who want to work, who are struggling. So I think those who may be having the job, those who already actually have a job, but they are moving ahead, or those who already, I don't know. It's not the job for African Americans. Assume that it's not for the ordinary people who actually need to work. I would like to work. I just wish anybody that is listening to this tape can help me actually to get a job, because it's about time that I was given an opportunity, a chance. And what I meant by a chance to gain employment. I would like to pay off my student loan. I would like to actually work so I can pay off my student loan. I appreciate the education that I have obtained. I think it have helped me to improve. Have helped me to improve and give me more confidence. Confidence like that I'm sharing with you now, to actually able to record myself, how I feel, and able to just express myself. So I really appreciate the educational wise. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for able to have a master degree in healthcare, and I really appreciate that. But also, I would like to gain an employment so I can pay off my student loan. So, this tip is asking for help, and if you can, help me.